Single dad was the top seller for 3 years. CEO promoted his daughter, then fired him 3 years later. For 3 straight years, Daniel Harper carried the entire sales division on his shoulders. Every quarter, his name stood proudly at the top of the leaderboard. His clients trusted him, his co-workers admired him, and even competitors respected him. But on one cold Monday morning, everything he had built disappeared with a single decision. The CEO ignored every achievement, promoted her inexperienced daughter into his position, and then had security escort him out of the building, carrying nothing more than a cardboard box filled with family photos and office notebooks. The applause inside the conference room echoed behind him as the elevator doors slowly closed, but no one noticed the quiet tears in the eyes of the man who had given everything to that company. None of them could have imagined that exactly 3 years later, the same building would witness a completely different ending. Before we continue, if you believe kindness is stronger than power, honesty always wins in the end, and everyone deserves a second chance, please take a moment to like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to Kindness Echoes. Your support helps us bring more inspiring stories that remind the world compassion still exists. Daniel had never expected life to become easy. After losing his wife to a sudden illness 7 years earlier, he had become both mother and father to his little daughter, Emma. Every morning began before sunrise. He packed lunches, braided Emma's hair after watching countless online tutorials, prepared breakfast, and rushed her to school before driving across town to the office. By the time most employees arrived with coffee in hand, Daniel had already lived half a day's responsibilities. Yet he never complained. His motivation wasn't promotions or trophies. Every sale, every contract, every late-night presentation represented another piano lesson for Emma, another school trip she could attend, another month where she never had to worry about whether the lights would stay on. His co-workers often wondered how someone carrying so much responsibility could still smile so sincerely. Daniel celebrated everyone's successes, trained new employees without expecting recognition, and quietly helped struggling teammates close difficult deals. Clients didn't buy because of polished presentations. They bought because they trusted the honest man sitting across from them. That trust transformed into record-breaking sales year after year. When rumors spread that a senior management position was opening, nearly everyone assumed Daniel would receive it. Even longtime executives privately admitted nobody deserved it more. But inside the executive offices, another plan had already been written. Company's CEO, Victoria Langford, had spent years preparing her daughter, Chloe, to inherit leadership. Chloe had graduated from an expensive business school and possessed impressive credentials on paper, yet she lacked practical experience. She had never faced difficult customers, never sacrificed weekends for urgent projects, and never understood what employees experienced outside executive meetings. Despite this, Victoria believed family legacy mattered more than proven results. The announcement meeting arrived with balloons, catered food, and smiling faces. Employees filled the conference room, expecting to celebrate Daniel's achievement. Instead, Victoria proudly introduced Chloe as the new vice president of sales. The room became strangely quiet before polite applause slowly began. Daniel smiled respectfully despite the disappointment settling inside his heart. He applauded with everyone else, believing perhaps there would still be another opportunity. But only minutes later, Victoria shocked the room again. She announced that the company was restructuring, Daniel's position was being eliminated immediately, and security would assist him with collecting his belongings. No explanation followed, no appreciation for 3 record-breaking years, no thank you for countless sacrifices. Only silence. As Daniel walked through the office, holding a worn cardboard box, many co-workers lowered their eyes, ashamed they could do nothing. Others quietly wiped tears from their faces. Emma's framed school picture rested on top of the box, reminding Daniel exactly why he couldn't fall apart. That evening, Emma noticed something different before Daniel spoke a single word. Children often understand pain without hearing explanations. She hugged her father tightly while he forced himself to smile and assured her everything would somehow be okay. The following months, became some of the hardest of their lives. Job interviews ended with polite rejection emails. Companies admired Daniel's experience, but hesitated to hire someone considered too qualified or feared he expected executive-level salaries. Bills accumulated. Savings disappeared faster than either of them imagined. Eventually, Daniel accepted work delivering furniture during the day and stocking grocery shelves at night. His hands that once signed million-dollar contracts now carried heavy boxes until they blistered and bled. He returned home exhausted every evening, yet he still found enough energy to help Emma with homework, cook simple dinners, and read bedtime stories. Emma quietly made sacrifices without complaining. She stopped asking for new clothes. She repaired old school supplies instead of replacing them. She secretly searched for scholarships so her father wouldn't worry about future tuition. Every small act of love strengthened Daniel's determination never to surrender. Meanwhile, inside Langford Corporation, problems slowly surfaced. Clients who had trusted Daniel began leaving one after another. Experienced employees resigned after feeling ignored. Chloe depended on expensive consultants instead of listening to seasoned workers. Revenue declined quarter after quarter. The culture of teamwork transformed into fear, politics, and constant blame. Victoria insisted everything remained under control. But numbers never lie forever. One rainy afternoon, Daniel finished delivering office furniture to a small startup located inside a renovated warehouse. Instead of polished marble floors and expensive artwork, the office contained second-hand desks, handwritten goals on whiteboards, and employees laughing while solving problems together. The founder, an elderly businessman named Samuel Brooks, noticed Daniel calmly helping workers assemble furniture long after his delivery assignment had technically ended. Curious, Samuel struck up a conversation. Within an hour, Daniel's remarkable story unfolded naturally. Samuel recognized something far more valuable than impressive sales statistics. He saw integrity. Rather than offering sympathy, Samuel offered opportunity. Daniel accepted a modest position rebuilding the startup's struggling sales department. There were no fancy offices, luxury benefits, or executive parking spaces. There was only trust. He embraced the challenge completely. Instead of competing against coworkers, Daniel taught them everything he knew. He introduced honest customer relationships instead of aggressive selling. He celebrated every employee's success before his own. Gradually, the small startup began attracting loyal customers who appreciated transparency and genuine service. Within 18 months, revenue tripled. After 2 years, the company expanded into multiple states. After 3 years, Brooks Business Solutions had grown into one of the fastest-rising firms in the industry. Samuel retired proudly, naming Daniel the